The world is a crazy place. We've found skeletons wrapped in tree roots, bleeding walls, mysterious unending fires, and more. The creepiest part. The reasons for these strange happenings remain a mystery. Here are a few of the strangest, creepiest, and most fascinating mysteries we've found across the U.S. America's Most Wanted. Until 2021, Robert William Fisher was one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. On April 10, 2001, Fisher murdered his wife and 2 children. He blew up their home in Scottsdale, Arizona, and vanished the night of the accident. He remains the only suspect, and it's unsure if he ended his life or is living under a new name. Escape from Alcatraz. The infamous 1962 escape from Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay ended in 33 prisoners who attempted to escape losing their lives. However, prisoners John Anglin, Clarence Anglin, and Frank Morey managed to drill holes in their cells and escape. It's still unclear where the prisoner went, as they were never caught. The Black Forest Haunting. The Lee family's home sweet home in Colorado Springs Black Forest turned into a nightmare, and fast. Shortly after moving in, family members reported flashing lights, footsteps, eerie classic movies, odd smells, and the occasional ghost. A Hopi shaman said the house was a rip in the spacetime continuum, so ghosts and other spirits used the Lee's home to move in and out of different worlds. An unknown epidemic. During Hurricane Sandy in 2012, Hurricane Sandy, a tree in New Haven Green, Connecticut, came crashing down. The spooky part. There were human skulls over 200 years old in its roots, and archaeologists found more body parts and even coffin nails, too. Experts believe over 5,000 bodies were buried in unmarked graves over 200 years ago in New Haven Green. No one is sure why, but it is believed to be the result of an unknown epidemic. The curious combustion of Mary Reeser. In July 1951, 67-year-old Mary Reeser was found in her St. Petersburg apartment. However, only her lower leg and spine were recognizable, as the rest of her body was simply ash. It appeared that she had been cremated on the spot, although that process usually entails burning a body for over 3 hours with a whopping 3,000-degree flame. And the other mysterious part. Only her body was burned, nothing in her apartment was scorched, not even the newspapers sitting next to her ashes. George's bleeding house. Imagine waking up to find blood on your flood. That's what happened to Atlanta homeowner Minnie Winston in 1987. She reportedly ran to her husband, who was perfectly fine. But once she came back to the blood, she found even more of it. It was coming out of the floors, the walls, and even under appliances in their kitchen. Police were not able to find the cause of the bleeding, but they were able to confirm that it was indeed human blood. Strange mutilations. In the 1970s, something strange started happening in Jerome and Bliss in Idaho. Humans, cattle, deer, and more have been found dead with missing private parts and all the blood drained from their bodies. While no forensic evidence has ever been found, local law enforcement blamed the murders on cults, although they haven't arrested anyone or found the alleged cult in question. The Mad Gasser of Mattoon, Illinois. In the 1940s, over 24 gassings were reported throughout Mattoon. Victims reported coughing, nausea, vomiting, and even paralysis right after smelling something odd in their home. None of the victims died, and many even chalked up the reports to mass hysteria. However, Many believe it was caused by the mad gasser or some paranormal creature. Indiana's fire poltergeist. In 1941, a farmer in Odon saw smoke coming from his home while working on his farm. With the help of the fire department, they put out the fire. However, as soon as they put one fire out, another would start in another room of the house. By the end of the day, they had put on 28 fires. Not taking any chances, the farmer, who believed a poltergeist was at work, tore down the home and built a new one. No official cause has been found. The boy without an appetite. In 2013, Landon Jones from Cedar Falls, Iowa, was diagnosed with a bacterial infection in his left lung. Ever since the infection, he claims he doesn't ever feel hungry or thirsty and needs to be reminded to eat. Doctors still are unsure what caused this to happen. It's raining meat? In 1876, chunks of meat rained down on a farm in Kentucky. While no one knows for sure what really happened, or even what type of meat fell from the sky, some believe that vultures had overeaten and vomited above the farm from the air. Maryland's hidden home tunnels. In 2017, a Bethesda home caught on fire. But that wasn't the mysterious part. Investigators found a dead body in the basement, along with hidden tunnels under the home's foundation that went all the way to the street. Daniel Beckwith, the homeowner, was charged with murdering Askia Kafra, whose body was found in his basement. Investigators believe Beckwith hired Kafra to dig the holes in dangerous conditions, resulting in his death. However, the reason for building the tunnels in the first place remains a mystery. The Black Flash of Massachusetts. From 1939 to 1945, Provincetown residents reported being attacked by a group of tall kids dressed in black who growled at their victims. And in 1945, a group of police officers even allegedly saw a black flash leap over a 10-foot fence. A month or so after the police sighting, a townsman threw boiling water at the black flash, which screamed and ran away. No further sightings were reported. New Jersey's Phantom Sniper. In 1927, Camden was under attack by a phantom sniper. Bus and car windows were shattered, a police officer was shot, and yet bullets or casings were never found. The other odd part? No one ever saw the alleged sniper. One witness claims to have heard a man laughing. The attack stopped in 1928, and no one is sure of what actually happened to this day. The murderer in the crawl space. In Niagara, North Dakota, 6 bludgeoned bodies were found in a crawl space belonging to a recluse named Eugene Butler in 1915. Butler had died in 1911, a few years after being committed to a mental hospital. The strangest part? While the town had less than 100 residents, no one knew who the 6 victims were. Their identities remain a mystery today. The Box Boy. In 1957, a young boy's body was found in a cardboard box in a wooded area just outside Philadelphia. Authorities could not identify the boy, and no one reported a missing boy matching his description. While there were no clues, a psychic in 1960 took police to a foster home where the psychic believed the boy had lived. However, police were unable to connect the boy to the foster home. The Lizard Man. In the summer of 1988, Browntown, South Carolina residents reported seeing a lizard man who was 7 feet tall with red eyes and superhuman strength. Someone reported seeing the lizard man maul a car. Sightings of the lizard man have occurred as recently as 2015. Frozen alive. In 1981, Jean Hillard's car swerved off the road and into a lake near Langby, Minnesota. The next day, her frozen body was found. Her eyes were wide open, her skin was solid that it couldn't even be pierced with a needle, and her temperature was so low that it wouldn't register on a thermometer. However, Hillard thawed and was found to be alive. She made a full recovery, miraculously and mysteriously.